Hello guys, very welcome back. In this video we will be learning about canal irrigation. Now first let's discuss the background. Now it's an artificial water course, right? In order to supply water for irrigation and for drinking purposes. It's very effective in the areas which have perennial river, in areas which has extensive command area, in areas of low relief and alluvial soil. Since all of these features are found in north part of India, hence most of the canals are in North India. In South India we find the rocks to be very hard, right? So the peninsular region of South India has negligible canals because the construction cost of the canals would be very high. In 1947, around 50% of the irrigated land in India was using canal as the water source for irrigation, but in 2019 this has decreased to 25%. Let's see what are some of the merits with canal irrigation. First, it's a perennial source. It provides safety when there is drought. It brings fertile sediments. It's economical to serve a very large area without the usage of any electricity. Since there is no use of electricity, it's very climate friendly, right? What are some of the issues? The issue is with the efficiency. The canal irrigation has got least efficiency among all the form of irrigation, just 38%, because there is loss during the storage of water, evaporation, there is loss during transportation of water, seepage, and there is also loss during application of water in the fields, right? Secondly, it's a very costly form of irrigation, right? Because the canal, in order to construct canal, you need lots of investment. It also has long gestation period, right? And it also leads to a displacement of people. The third is the distribution issue. If assume this to be a canal and these are the farmers field 1, 2. Now what Varabandi system says, it's a turn-wise rotational basis the farmer gets water. It says let the water flow from head to tail, and the tail and farms get the water first. So 1 and 2 first, 3 and 4 next, 5 and 6, and after that 7 and 8. But in reality, the Varabandi system is not being used, right? Most of the water dries when it reaches the tail end. Secondly, what about the farmers on the 9, 13, 10, 14, right? Need a deeper distribution channel for the same. Okay, and secondly, what about if 9 and this whole thing are, this tail end is the upslope, right? So these are some of the issues related to distribution. The fourth issue with canal irrigation is that canal irrigation is not centralized. Canal irrigation is centralized, right? If we compare it with the tube wells have got 70% efficiency. It's easy to operate because the electricity is subsidized, and most importantly, there is discretion with the farmers, right? It's decentralized. But canals, it depends on the government, when the government will release the water from the barrage. Okay, so due to centralized system, there's no discretion. It's another issue with this particular form of irrigation, and most importantly, the operation and maintenance is the most serious issue with the canal irrigation, because when water drawn from the reservoirs, lots of silt is accumulated at the bottom of the canal, This is the reason why most of the canals in the country are running are running, they are running under capacity, right? Because of siltation. Now, what are some of the reasons why dredging is not taking place? Why canals, the operation and maintenance part is not improved? What are some of the reasons for the poor condition of canal? A, the revenue rates of the canals have not been improved, have not been revised. I mean, the revenue rates are same as that of the 1980s, right? Even if the revenue rates are revised, and the canals will still have the problems, because it is the revenue department which is collecting the money. It goes to state, and now state gives it to the irrigation department, right? So different agency correct and different agency maintains. Okay, so there is a mismatch. Thirdly, there is no incentive to conserve water. Lots of water, for example, in electricity, when you use more than a certain amount of unit, right, rupees 7 per unit. If you use less than that particular amount of unit, 5 rupees per unit. But in canal, there the government says field number 3 will be using the water. What this farmer does, he draws all the water. He doesn't care how much water he draws, because there is no incentive, right? He need not pay extra for extra usage of water, right? So that is the the problem lies, right? There's no judicious use of water. Now, in Dalwai committee, which has also said to double the farmer's income, it has said that beyond a certain amount of water, if the farmer use it, he must pay extra money, right? And finally, there is a vicious circle. Since canal is not maintained well, the canal runs under capacity. Since under capacity canals leads to poor service of water from the government to the farmers. Farmers don't pay enough money because they don't receive service, and hence there is a very less revenue collected, right? And hence the maintenance of canals is affected, right? And finally, if we discuss what are some of the solutions for canal irrigation, the one-stop solution for canal irrigation is decentralization, democratization, and participation, right? And this can be done through formation of a water user association. Okay, we need to form bodies, water user association, which is also called as a Pani Panchayat, right? So this Pani Panchayat needs to be given the right to usage of water. Okay, they need to be conferred with the right to distribute water among the farmers, right? Since it is the association of the end users, Pani Panchayat is the association of the farmers and end users, right? So let this Pani Panchayat distribute the water among themselves. Let this Pani Panchayat fix the tax, fix the maintenance fee. Let this Pani Panchayat collect the tax and let them maintain the canals. All right. Now, this is known as participatory irrigation management. Okay. Now, the thing is, in regions such as Marathwada, which is one of the most driest regions of the country, one of the reasons for the region being dry is because 70% of water goes to for the sugarcane cultivation, right? Now, in 2018, in Marathwada region, they have formed, from 2018, farmers in Marathwada region have to take permission from this Pani Panchayat, right, in order to draw the water. Okay. So apart from Marathwada, in Sardar Sarovar Dam also, if you need to draw water, first you need to form a Pani Panchayat, then only you can draw water, right? So there are some amendments in the law. If you consider the best maintained canal in the country, it's in the Lahul Spiti region of Himachal Pradesh, where it's known as the Kuls, right? So it's the community which distribute water among themselves, collect fee, and they maintain the canal. And the reason why it's so successful is because if anyone is suffering from some problems, if they can't pay the fee in kind of tax, they can pay fee in the kind of by in service. For example, they will help in maintenance of the canal, right? So decentralization is must, democratization and participation through participatory irrigation management. So let's conclude. So we discussed about how in North India the water, the canal is more because of its geography and geology, right? The canal usage has decreased, although it's a climate friendly source, right? So these are some of the merits. We discussed about what are some of the grave issues faced by the canal. We discussed why are these issues being faced by the canal, right? And we finally talked about the solutions. That's all. Thank you.